Have a look at this picture. It won't be surprising if I tell you that this is edited and the original picture looks something like this. In the era of AI generation, this is so possible and easily doable. But what if I tell you that this complete picture is edited with code, line by line, pixel by pixel, starting from background remover, adding the radial blur to the background so that it looks like captured with a camera, and then adding shadows, and of course adding the vignette effect or vignette, whatever you call. English is a weird language. And most important of all, this final effect which really sells the image. But the simple question is, why are we doing this? What's up everyone, this is your host Afzal and you're watching channel CodeX. In this video we are trying to edit this photo with the help of Python code. Now to answer this question that why we are doing this thing with coding, whereas there are so many tools available for editing. Like normally people will open up Photoshop or Canva or other editing tool where they can easily edit and color grade and do a lot of stuff with photo. So I did the same. I opened up Canva and brought my image in. Now you will notice that the background remover tool is a paid tool. So you have to take a Canva subscription to remove background. Fortunately, I have the subscription and I was able to remove the background. It does the job pretty well. Next up, I wanted to add some blurriness so that only part of the image has focus and other part is blurred. Now if you try to blur this image using Canva tool, so either you can blur the whole image, which I don't wanted, or you have to use a brush and paint it yourself. So to get a desired result, what I did, I exported this background image, went to another site which is called bfunky.com, and I tried to use their funky focus, right? So now I can modify this ellipse. I can point it where I want to focus. But again, to your surprise, this is also a paid tool, so I have to upgrade to get the desired focus. Finally, I did a trick. I took a screenshot of this, right? And inside Canva, I removed their watermark. So this was a hack, but it did work. So I got the background image, I got the character and I added shadow. Now I wanted this picture to look like a superhero movie scene. So the only option I had in Canva is to use one of their filters or adjust the properties manually. So I imported this image inside another software called CapCut and used their pro feature called color match, and here I'm using image from Justice League. Now in this whole process we used 3 paid features. So at that point it triggered me that as a developer, if I can utilize existing libraries, like there are so many libraries out there for image editing, video editing, it would be amazing. So I started VS Code, installed Python and started the journey. First I installed the rembg from pip, and in this particular file we will use the remove feature. For clarity, let's define name of our input image and expected output image file. Using inbuilt Python method open, we will read the input image, apply, remove and write back to the output image file. That's all. If you are new with Python, you will find many tutorials and official site will guide you better how to install Python and run based on your system. So let's focus on our coding journey. Alright, the background has been successfully removed. It's amazing how simply we can use these libraries and get our job done. Next up, we will use Pillow library, which is one of the most famous image library on pip. We will be using image, image draw and image filter within this file. Using image from Pillow library, load the input image. Notice that this time we are not reading the file with Python open method. Using image filter, we will apply Gaussian blur to the whole file. Don't worry, we will create a mask in next step. This mask is elliptical in shape. Based on my image position, I provided the value for ellipse boundaries. And to create a gradient effect with blur, I applied Gaussian blur to the ellipse as well. So we don't get harsh edge, but smooth transition from no blur to blur. Finally, composite the input image with blurred image using the mask of ellipse. To save this image back to file, we will again use the helper method from PIL library. And the second step is done. Let's give it a run. It might look like just basic step, but trust me, this depth of image brings the effect to life. Let's move to the next step, which is to generate a shadow of character. We will be using OpenCV in this file to perform image transformation. Just like previous steps, we opened image into character underscore image and converted into array. From this array, we are interested on alpha channel, which is present in the last index of each pixel. Using this size of alpha channel, we will generate a grid, transform the grid slightly so that it looks like shadow is angled a bit. Apply Gaussian blur because shadows are mostly blurry depending upon distance of light. You can customize the blurriness at this point, and finally flip the shadow vertically. Next, we will ensure that values are in the range of 0 to 255, which is called normalization. Also, reduce opacity so that shadow blends with background. Now time to generate image back from this NumPy array. Save it to file, and we are done with this step as well. Let's run the file to see the output. Not clearly visible because of opacity. You will see it in next step when we merge all the layers together. In this file, we will be doing most of our work. I also created some helper methods to reduce the clutter. Like previous, load all the images into variable. Make sure that you use RGBA because these should have alpha channel to merge properly. Resize the image if required, just like we do in editing software, and decide the position where you want to put it. Using paste method from image, we will paste the shadow on top of background. Before pasting character, let's generate some other shadows for hand, knee, and leg. Paste all of these images and finally paste the character. Vignette generation could have been done separately, like you pass the image and it will return with vignette. But what I have done here, created an ellipse with black at corners and white in the center, and multiplied this image with background so that white gets removed and black is visible. You can mention in the comments if you have better approach for any of the steps mentioned. As I am not a Python expert, just learning it with sample projects like this. I think the shadow is bit offset. We need to bring it a little bit up. That means we need to decrease the Y value. After trying different values, here is the merged image. Now all we need is to make this look like a scene from movie. Remember, in the beginning I told you about the final step which makes the whole difference. That's a color grading. Now, if you look at this file, we have input image, a reference image, and image path for final output. Let's implement the color transformation. First, we will convert the source and reference image into LAB format, which is good for color manipulation. It may look like a lot of code, but it's just repeated lines for different channels of LAB. Basically, what's happening here is it calculates the difference between source and reference channels individually and scales up the source to match the reference. With clip method, it normalizes the channel to be in the range of 0 to 255. And finally, merge all the channels and convert it back to RGB format. One interesting thing here is we are controlling amount of effect applied with this parameter, so we can easily decide how much our image should look like reference. Save the image, and here we have our final output. I hope you got the answer. Programming is not just about vibe coding. You can make custom solutions, $1 million product, or edit your own photos.